All right, guys, in this video, we're going to practice using ratio tables. So remember, ratio compares part to part or part to whole. So in this case, our ratio of sunflowers to daisies is 2 to 5. So I have it in the middle of the table on purpose. We're going to complete the table to find equivalent ratios. So what you're looking for, relationships. Is there a relationship from 5 to 20? Yep. If you scale 5 by 4, you get 20. So that means you'll scale 2 by 4, and that gives you 8. And so those are equivalent ratios. Now, we're going to go a different direction because if there's 100 daisies, you want to know how many sunflowers there are. So the relationship from 5 to 100, well, if you scale 5 by 20, you get 100. Now, in order to keep the ratio equivalent, you would also have to scale the number of flowers. So that means you would scale that by 20 and it would give you 40 sunflowers. All right, let's go to the next ratio table. So now we have a ratio of hot coffee to cold coffee. So the cold coffee, there's 10 of them for every 40. Now, if you notice, I did this on purpose because you're not going to have tables. At least in 6th grade you will, but in other grades, you make your own table. Now, if I want to go from 40 to 100, that's going to be ugly. So what we'll do is we'll go from 40 to 4. And so when you scale 40 to 4 and you divide by 10 or multiply by 1/10, you get 4. So I'm also going to scale down the 10. And so, oh, I meant divide by 10, sorry. So 40 divided by 10 is 4, and that means I'm also going to scale the 10, divide that by 10, or multiply it by 1/10, which means the same thing. I will end up with 1 cold coffee for every 4. Now we're trying to figure out how many cold coffees if there's 100 hot coffees. So you can start from 40 or you could start from 4. So it's easier because there's a direct relationship from 4 to 100. And what that means is if I scale 4 by 25, I get 100. I will also have to scale the 1 by 25, and then it ends up with 25. So 10 over 40, 1 over 4, and 25 over 100. Those are all equivalent ratios. Now, if you notice, the 25 is over 100 and percent is out of 100. So you actually figured out 25% and you didn't realize it. All right, let's go to the last one. I strongly encourage you to write this down, try to complete it, and then unpause the video and come back. Okay, so I did this on purpose. So it's easy to go from 3 to 30. That's nice. However, we have a 1.5 lollipops to every 3 striped candy. So what I want to do is get rid of that fraction. I know that if I double 1.5, I will get 3. That gives me a nice whole number. That means I'm going to double 3, scale it by 3, and I end up with 6. Now I will go from 6 to 30. There is a direct relationship. 6 times 5 to give me 30. And I'll also have to scale 3 by 5 to get 15. My whole point was not to deal with the fraction. You can if you want. I mean, if you're solving a proportion and you have 1.5 over 3 and is equal to 30, yeah, you just multiply them both by 10. You will still end up with 15. However, I stopped here in the middle to get rid of my fraction. Most kids don't like fractions, just to make it easier. All right, well, thanks for watching. I hope it helped.